Hello and welcome back to Second Place Chasers for the 24-25 season with me, Keith.
And me, Jack.
Leading up to game week 1, we'll be choosing a podcast team. Will we argue, Jack?
No, I think we're civil people, aren't we?
We're very civil.
Yeah. Even with outsider.
Until I suggest that Leicester are going down.
Screw you.
Good afternoon, Jack.
Good afternoon, Keith.
It's a weird time to be doing it. Recording a podcast for us, usually evening time.
Yeah, we don't even have any alcohol today.
That is terrible. Yeah. How are we going to get through it?
We'll get through something. We'll just natter on.
It's all right. It's the most important thing is people listening should have alcohol.
Yeah, that's a good point, that.
Yeah, so before you sit down and listen, open up a bottle of whiskey or something, or cider. Cider, of course. Yeah. Of course it's got to be cider.
Sully cider.
Only Sully cider.
Yeah.
Everything else is lolly water.
Yeah, because Sully cider is the official sponsor of the podcast.
It is the official sponsor of the podcast. Yeah. I do enjoy my free bottle every week. That's the only reason I do the podcast.
Oh, well, the only reason I come is so I can drink the bottle. So.
Okay, that's enough of that. Well, we've covered the sponsorship.
Yeah, for the season.
Keeping the sponsors happy. That'll be it. Last mention of it. The only thing you will hear later in the season is just us drinking it. We're getting close now to the deadline for game week 1.
Yeah,
for the 24-25 season.
Saturday morning, 5 a.m. No,
3:30.
Yeah.
Deadline. The game's at 5 a.m. for us in Australia, anyway.
Oh, I won't be up for the deadline, so.
No, I won't either. So you need to make sure that your team is done before you go to bed on Friday. You have sweet dreams of big points.
Or possibly just constant nightmares and panic attacks.
That's probably more like it. It's like, I shouldn't have done that. I really wanted him. I should have done the other thing.
Yeah. Should I have really put Rashford in my team?
I don't think, not even Man United fans will be having that dream.
No.
Because they won't have Rashford in.
He's shocking, isn't he?
He is not, let's say, he's not a top tier pick, I would say.
Or even a second tier pick.
No. Yeah, we saw in the Community Shield. Did you watch
I went
mini match?
Yeah, I was going to get up at 6 and watch it on delay, but I couldn't be bothered to get out of bed. So I did watch the mini match, and Rashford was not good.
No.
But Fernandes looked good.
He did. He is a good pick.
Yeah.
Fernandes is pretty much always a good pick.
Yeah. Well,
it just depends on how United are going.
Yeah, he has been hot and cold the last couple of seasons, but before that he used to be.
Before that he was like the best pick in the game.
Yeah.
When he came in, that first season he came in was insane.
Yeah, I remember but it was halfway through the season he came in. I remember getting him in like the week after he came in because he was just on fire.
So that's it from. Garnacho is probably the next best from United.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get too much from watching the Community Shield on City players.
No,
I don't think you can tell too much from that. Because once again, Haaland went missing in the Community Shield.
Like usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then starts the season on fire.
2 goals.
Yeah.
He's scored 2 goals in each of the 2 seasons he's been in the Premier League.
Yeah. After
blanking in the Community Shield, and then people go off him and go, which I did. Remember when it was his first season? I think it was them against Liverpool, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Darwin scored.
Darwin got 2, and yeah.
And we know the rest of that story.
So, if you're taking the Community Shield as evidence that you shouldn't have Haaland in your team, don't.
I still like the look of Oscar Bob, though.
He does look good, but he's still very young.
I know.
And we know what Pep likes to do with young players.
Yeah. But remember the other season where Rico Lewis was playing like all the time? Then he got dropped. I just wonder if Bob could maybe start the season.
I think Bob is going to be more likely to be like Foden when he first came in. Brilliant pick when he's playing, but not playing enough. It's only been in the last season and a half that Foden, you could say Foden is you can sort of confidently pick him.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Foden wasn't back yet from
No, that's true.
international.
I just
De
wonder
Bruyne didn't start.
Yeah.
Silva didn't start.
Alvarez is gone.
Well, Alvarez is gone, which sort of opens up a spot there.
Yeah.
But
They got Savinho, then the new player.
I would still be wary of Bob's minutes. But he does look
No,
great.
that's true.
He looks great.
Yeah. But at 5 million,
Yep.
City midfielder. I mean, if Pep is resting some of those Euros players, and Bob, you get 2 or 3 games out of him. You never know. He could return some points, or he could be a headache to get rid of for the rest of the season.
He could be. Everyone gets him in, and his price drops immediately because people sell him, and then you can't get to someone else.
Yeah.
One of those situations that happens with 1 or 2 players each season.
Every season.
Particularly the cheapy, the 4 million defenders.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why
And then you go to 3.9, you go, I can't get anyone.
Yeah, that's why you're better off picking the lower round 4 million defenders.
Yeah. And we had the last of the preseason games overnight too.
Yeah, just to throw more of a headache into the old Gabriel Saliba debate.
They both scored.
They both had to score.
From rice corners.
Were they both rice corners?
Yeah. So they do have that, particularly Gabriel, I think, more so than Saliba.
Yeah.
But they are both capable of a couple of those a season. Arsenal will keep lots of clean sheets again.
Yeah, of course. I just wonder how nailed on Gabriel is. Remember the start of last season? Dropped in the first game for Timber. Timber injured. Dropped in the second game for Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu injured. Came back in. Now we got Timber back, though he wasn't in the squad last night.
No.
Calafiori, probably more likely to play at left back.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's more, yeah.
But it's a lot of depth now. So you got to worry about rotation.
I think they're still pretty nailed
Yeah.
at the moment.
It works, so.
They play well together.
Yeah. And White's not getting dropped.
Are you tempted by him at 6.5? He's a bit cheaper,
I
a
had
bit more
him-
expensive than the.
I had him in my first draft.
Right.
But it was whether the extra 500,000 is. He had 20 points extra last season.
Most of those points came in the last 3 or 4 games.
Exactly. Is it worth the extra 500,000 this season for 20 extra points? I'm not sure. And at the moment, I don't have any Arsenal defenders.
If you could guarantee the 20 extra points, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know, I'm talking on
Yeah.
the potential points.
Liverpool, they had a win as well overnight.
Yeah, it was a
4-1.
big one. Yeah. No Salah.
No. Alexander-Arnold got an assist.
Yeah.
Jota, lovely finish.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it was good.
Just straight volley into the corner. Off the outside of the boot. Nice. Jota got an assist for one of Diaz's brace.
Yeah. Is it Nione? Is that the Nione was the youngster that got the.
And Szoboszlai got an assist too for the other Diaz goal. They've looked pretty solid in pre-season, haven't they?
Yeah, the new manager seems to have slotted right in there.
Straight away.
What? Straight away? What have I done?
With the pun.
What pun? Anyway, I like the look of Liverpool. I'm not sure they're going to finish top 4 this year, but
Oh, really?
yeah,
You're giving me hints there as to your...
yeah, it's a little hint,
Yeah.
But I can see goals coming. They look pretty solid, so
You just need to be able to pick which 7.5 or 6.5
yeah.
midfielder or striker is going to do the job for them.
I really thought Carvalho was going to keep Diaz on the bench this season. I thought he was going to have his breakout season. He looked good in pre-seasons. And then they've sold him to Brentford. So there's that prediction gone.
The first of many.
Yeah. Not again.
And who else played overnight? Palace and Chelsea both drew.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah.
There's Kamada scored again for Palace. He's looking good. I think he's playing in Elise's spot. So
Yeah.
could be one to keep an eye on. He's only 6 million. And do we need to talk about Chelsea? I mean...
Well, they bought another player.
Yeah, again. Like, what's that? Like the third one this week?
Yeah, that's not really a surprise, is it?
Not really, no. Is it Pedro Neto this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a blow to Wolves rather than a boon for
Yeah.
Chelsea. I'd say he'll just get lost in among all the other players that they have, really.
It's almost as bad a career move as going to Saudi Arabia.
At least with Saudi Arabia,
you're going to play.
almost guaranteed to get playing.
Yeah.
And probably making more money.
That's true, yeah. I don't know what he's thinking. He'd have been better off staying at Wolves.
Todd Bowley must be able to... He must be quite the salesman.
Yeah, I mean, what is it they all say they're excited by the project? What is this project?
I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything.
He might be making an army. He's got that many young players.
Is it 50 in the squad at the moment? It's ridiculous.
He could be going to take over London.
Well, worse things have... no, that would be pretty bad. Chelsea taking over London. Oof.
They wouldn't even take over West London. QPR stop them.
Wow. Is that you leading into the championship there?
Yeah, the championship has begun. Game week 1 started at the weekend. There's still one game to play with two of the favourites for automatic promotion playing each other tomorrow morning, Luton and Burnley.
I wouldn't have thought Luton had been one of the favourites, to be honest.
They are.
I get Burnley. I mean, Scott Parker's a useless manager once he gets to the Premier League. But he's very good at getting teams to the Premier League.
He's had 2 promotions,
Yeah.
But, I think there's... I don't rate him, really.
Nah.
And he wears grey cardigans.
Gary calls him the Mormon.
Yeah. At the moment, after there was a game yesterday morning, Sheffield Wednesday won 4-0, so they are top of the championship. After struggling last season for long periods of time, just them and QPR side by side for a lot of the season.
And then both managed to
survive. Second and third from
survive.
bottom, and both managed to squeak out of it. They've had a better start than us. We got beaten by West Brom 3-1.
Were you home or away?
We were at home.
That's really embarrassing then.
That's not that embarrassing. West Brom have a very good squad. They shouldn't have been where they were last season.
Yeah, I was alright saying that, but they were where they were. They didn't win it.
No, they didn't win it.
Nah. Someone else won it.
That's correct.
Drop that in there.
Just hopefully we stay up this season so I can see Leicester again next season.
Maybe.
Leeds drew with Portsmouth.
Yeah, 3-3.
I think Portsmouth rode their luck. They were very, very lucky. And Leeds were unlucky.
Did you see that? The times the goals were scored.
Yeah.
Like 90 plus 2 to put Portsmouth ahead, 3-2, and then 90 plus 5 for Leeds to equalise.
Yeah.
That must have been a wild game to watch.
Yeah, I think Leeds hit the post several times.
Right.
And yeah, Portsmouth were, I would say, rather fortunate to come away with the point.
Yeah.
But they got a point.
Yeah.
So rock bottom at the moment is, of course,
Plymouth,
whose manager you might know.
Oh, is it that guy that played for Everton that time?
Yeah, that's right.
Wayne something.
Wayne
Ah,
Rooney.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 4-0 defeat. Just wonder how long he will last. His performance last season at Birmingham was wonderful.
Got him relegated.
Came in. Well, he wasn't there when they got relegated. So
it was his fault, though.
You can't blame him for that.
It was his fault.
He did take them from 5th to 20th in 15 games.
That's impressive.
That is... I don't think you could do much better than that. I don't think you could get down there quicker, really.
No. That's just incredible.
So you'd have to wonder, if he has a bad season this season and gets the sack before Christmas.
Oh, you're thinking that far? Christmas?
Well, yeah.
I was thinking maybe a few weeks.
Well, if he gets the sack before Christmas, you'd have to wonder where he's going to go next.
Saudi Arabia?
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, even Steven Gerrard's still got
America.
a job there. Back to America. Wait, didn't he brought DC United to bottom of the table?
Yeah, it'll be Saudi Arabia or maybe the A-League. That's the championship after game week 1.
Yeah.
So QPR, we're not in the bottom 3 yet.
Yeah.
No. But we're on 0 points.
Well, could be on negative points.
I don't think... No, yeah, that is possible.
That is possible, yeah.
Leicester might be on negative
Leicester
points.
might be, yeah. And Everton.
Perhaps, but they're used to that. They like that.
Yeah.
Galvanises them.
Gives them a
All
bit
right,
of fight.
enough of the championship. let's have a little look at the new FPL challenge.
It's not new.
It's new that you can have. It started halfway through last season, didn't it?
Yeah, about halfway, maybe even after halfway.
Yeah. But this year it's going for the full season, and you can have a mini league of it, which I have created a mini league, and at the moment I'm going to win that mini league.
You're also going to lose it.
Because I'm the only one in that mini league. Put the codes up on the website. It's easy. You don't even have to put in a new password or anything.
No.
You just
Sign up. Yeah.
Click on the FPL challenge tab, put a team name in, and
A non-offensive one.
a non-offensive one.
Yeah.
What's mine? Poison Custard FC.
Poison. Oh, yes. I remember.
Yeah.
Me going on about Poison Custard last season.
Yeah. That's right.
Forgot about that.
So I stole your team name.
You're welcome to it.
So the first game week challenge is 5-a-side. No budget limit. So, and you can choose your formation. You can choose whether you want a goalkeeper, 2 defenders, a midfielder and a striker, or
4 defenders.
I don't think you can have 4 defenders.
Can I have 4 defenders?
No, I don't think so. You've got to have one from. Oh, you can go without a striker, I think.
Okay.
You can have 1, 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, no striker. Anyway, it'll show you. You'll be a tab there to choose formation.
There were some good challenges last season.
And if you want, you can have all 5 from one team, because you can have up in the FPL challenge. You can have up to 5 players from any one team,
which is handy.
So if you want to go Liverpool against Ipswich, I'm having that. You can do that.
Yeah.
Or Newcastle against Southampton.
I fancy that one a little more than.
Or Spurs against Leicester, if you want.
Oh, it's only against the promoted ones, is it?
What's that?
Only against the promoted teams,
No.
is it?
No, but I'd choose the weak teams if I was going to go.
Not the Spurs Leicester game then. Unless it's all Leicester players you're putting in.
Well, you can choose all Leicester players.
Yeah.
Imagine they thrash Spurs. You might even win the challenge if you went all Leicester players.
Of course. They're definitely going to smash Spurs, aren't they?
Yeah, with the bold... Oh, no, he's gone.
He's gone.
The bold fraud he was.
Yeah. He's fucked off over to Chelsea.
You can't swear this early in the podcast.
Yeah.
First one of the season.
You can if your manager's fucked off over to Chelsea.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Or if Wayne Rooney was your manager, it'd be expletive from start to finish. So, yeah, that's the FPL challenge. And you don't have... It's a different challenge each week, so you don't have to plan ahead or anything. Everyone starts from the same point each week. So...
Bit of fun.
Sounds really easy.
Yeah.
Sounds easy to win.
Well, it will be for you because you're the only one in your league.
That is correct.
Maybe just call it Keith's League.
Maybe I'll cut it off now. Well, let's get to some predictions for the season to come.
Okay.
We'll start with the Premier League.
The table.
The final standings.
We're not getting scores on this at the end of the year, are we? Or...
I don't think so, no, because once again we'll get it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will we do the whole thing, or will we just do...
Well, I've got the whole thing here, but I don't mind just doing...
I've got the whole thing as well.
Yeah. Be interesting to know how different we've got it.
Well, let's do the top 6 and the bottom 3 to start with.
Yeah, and then just compare.
And then let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll let you mugs away, as they say.
You're so funny, Keith. Number 1.
Yeah.
Tip top. Arsenal.
I have also Arsenal.
Same as last year.
I had the same last year too. They're steady. They're steady.
Yeah. You feel like it was like Liverpool when they were fighting with City for it. They were going to do it one year. They did it one year. They didn't do it again. I think Arsenal might be some point. If it's not this year, it's next year. If it's not next year, it's the year after.
We will keep picking them until they bloody well get it.
Yeah. Second, Aston Villa.
What? Ooh. That's quite different to me. I have,
Manchester City.
I've got City.
Yeah.
Which is the obvious pick.
Oh, obvious.
If they're not winning, they're coming second.
Yeah. But I just thought Villa were building something last year. And they took the title off Arsenal. So
they're building European football dilemmas.
Yeah, that's true. They've got Europe. But they had Europe last year. It wasn't Champions League, but still. I got City in third.
Okay. I've got Liverpool in third.
I got West Ham in fourth.
You West Ham in fourth? Holy... You what? All right.
I don't know. Look at their defence.
Well, I also have a London team that's a bit of a surprise in fourth.
Are they in white?
They are in white.
Spursy Spurs.
Spursy Spurs, which is also a bit of a... Ooh,
Well, with
sure about
Solanke,
that,
they're really dangerous.
and Postecoglou teams in second season do kick on a little.
Yeah.
I can't see them having the start that they had last season, but
No.
maybe they'll be more consistent over the season.
Well, one of my big shouts for this season, Solanke's going to win the Golden Boot with Spurs. 19 goals last season with Bournemouth. He's going to get much better service at Spurs.
Oh, does that mean me having Johnson in my midfield was a genius move?
Someone else might have Johnson in their midfield.
You can't do that.
I might have Johnson and Solanke.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I think we can agree with those two.
Yeah, I think so.
Where are we now? Fifth?
Fifth. I got Liverpool.
I've got Manchester United.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I got Spurs in sixth.
I have Chelsea in sixth.
Really? Well, that's a big difference to where I put Chelsea.
So that was the top six. Do we want to keep going?
Well, I may as well, hadn't we?
Yeah, all right.
Newcastle for seventh.
I've got Villa seventh.
I got United in eighth.
Newcastle eighth.
Palace ninth.
Palace ninth.
Okay, there's one we can agree on.
And two, the Arsenal. Arsenal at the top.
Yeah, okay. Fulham in 10th.
No, I've got them. I've got them further down. I've got Brighton in 10th.
Okay. I had this one switched. I had Wolves in 11th and Brighton in 13th, but I drew a little arrow to switch them around. I decided Brighton are going into 11th.
I have West Ham in 11th.
Nah, 4th.
No way, they're 4th. Come on, man.
Everton in 12th.
Brentford 12th.
Okay. If they get a points deduction, I don't think Everton are 12th. I think it's lower down. So Wolves 13th.
Bournemouth 13th.
Chelsea 14th.
That is so low for Chelsea.
If-
I can see what's happening there.
If this was my wanted predictions,
Yeah.
Chelsea bottom, Leicester top.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I've Fulham in 14th.
Okay. I got Forest 15th.
Everton 15th.
Bournemouth 16th.
Ipswich 16th.
Leicester 17th.
Forest 17th.
Brentford 18th.
Wolves 18th.
So we both think someone's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ipswich 19th.
Leicester 19th.
Southampton rock bottom.
Southampton rock bottom.
Okay.
So we've got three the same.
So we got the top, the bottom,
top,
and
middle,
ninth,
and
which is sort of middle.
Well,
yeah.
It is the Crystal Palace. They've moved from 12th, their usual spot, up.
Yeah.
We've given them 9th.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see them push higher if they keep the form of last season.
Yeah. Leicester. The reason I have Leicester second bottom is I think they're getting a points deduction.
I do too. But I think they'll fight.
Oh, they'll fight, but I don't think.
Yeah. They can't score goals, that's the problem.
Not yet.
They need Vardy back fit.
Or Wilf Zaha.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I've seen Bergwijn and Zaha.
Leo will be happy to see him back in the Premier League.
But will he remember where?
I told him.
Did you?
I told him, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see how.
Oh, game week 1.
We'll be. No doubt we'll be 100% correct with those, or someone will be.
Sure.
We'll be right with the first team, the bottom team, and 9th.
Yeah.
Game week 1 predictions, which is coming in off pre-season games and not knowing who's back and who's going to play and who's going to start.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult.
Very tricky. And also the first week always throws up some wild numbers. Lots of goals.
Okay.
Lots
right.
of, yeah, usually.
I can look forward to some weird predictions then. Okay, let's go. Game week 1, 24-25 season. First match, Saturday morning, Man United at home to Fulham.
If this was at Fulham's ground, Fulham win it. At Old Trafford, it's a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw for you. I have a 2-1 home win.
The old classic, straight
in there.
Yeah.
First match of the season. And then on Saturday night, Ipswich at home to Liverpool.
And it's on a nice time for Australians.
Yes.
9:30.
9:30.
Can watch that one. 4-1 Liverpool.
4-1 Liverpool.
With Salah in 2.
I have 4-0 Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Trent keeping a clean sheet.
Oh, yeah. Well, getting a couple of assists on top.
Oh, yeah, why not? And Arsenal at home to Wolves.
Wolves losing players and not reinforcing.
Yeah.
Cunha's injured and Neto's gone. 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 to the Arse. I have 3-0 for Arsenal. Gabriel hat-trick. Everton at home to Brighton.
Everton all right at home. Brighton, really unknown what they're going to do this season. New manager, new system. Still a really good team. No Pascal Gross.
No, that's a bit of a loss for them.
No Solly March. Still out.
Still out for a while, although I'm quite interested in his replacement at the moment.
Who's that?
Minte.
Oh, yeah, he looks good.
Yes.
Is he 5.5 striker?
He's one of those 5.5s that you're keeping an eye on.
Yeah.
Or 5 or 5.5, like Oscar Bob, Minte.
Yeah. Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smith Rowe.
Yes.
There's a few of them. I've just gone a 1-1 draw to hedge my bets.
I'm hedging your bets too. I've got a 1-1 draw as well. Newcastle at home to the team we have finishing bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Southampton, who the manager has says we're not going to go there and we're not going to sit back the whole time.
No.
Which could be dangerous.
Yeah, it could be because Newcastle have a good attack.
Yeah.
I like Anthony Gordon against a team that's not sitting back.
Yeah.
This is my big score for the game week because the first week always has a massive score. Last year.
Oh, you're not picking on poor Southampton already,
Yeah,
are you?
yeah.
They've had 2 9-0s in the Premier League. Don't be giving them something
I know
similar.
someone who gave him one of those 9-0s too. I think after Newcastle's kick-off to last season, we're 5-1 over Villa.
Yep.
I think they kick off this season with a 6-1 over Southampton.
Oh, at least you're giving Southampton a goal.
Yeah, they didn't have a goal. Just
Is that
one.
Brereton Diaz?
Probably, yeah.
6-1. I've gone a 3-0 Newcastle. A
little bit more reserved.
More reserved.
Yeah.
But he's acted, even though he missed a penalty in the last friendly game.
Oh, don't tell me that.
He did, yeah. But he looked fantastic.
He's a good shout for captain if you don't want to go Haaland or Salah. You want someone a bit differential.
Well, yeah, I think he might be. I think he might be who I have captain at the moment. Forest at home to Bournemouth.
This is where I bring in my first of the old classic 2-1 home wins.
I've got a 2-1 home win as well. Yeah. How about that? West Ham at home to Villa.
So second place against fourth place.
Well, yeah, in your deluded league, yeah.
Yeah. Villa 2-1.
A 2-1 away. I've gone a 1-1. Bowen and Watkins.
Somerville.
Brentford at home to Palace.
Well, I got Brentford being relegated.
Yes.
I don't think they'll get absolutely smashed. I think it'll look like a draw, and then Palace will get one late to win it. 3-2 Palace.
A 3-2 away win for Palace. I've gone a 2-1 away win for Palace. Chelsea at home to Manchester City.
Now, if we'd not just seen pre-season and seen Chelsea just be absolutely terrible throughout pre-season, including a 4-2 loss to Man City,
Yeah.
in which Haaland had a hat-trick,
Yeah.
2 of those goals coming in 5 minutes, I'd have said a 2-2 draw, because City are not their best at the beginning of the season. As we've just seen what we've seen, City 3-1.
3-1 to City, which is not unreasonable, I think. I've gone 2-1 to City. Haaland, of course.
Yeah.
Because he always scores 2 in the opening game.
Yeah. I've got him scoring 3 here.
Last game of the round, and probably the biggest game of the round.
For me,
It's your beloved Leicester at home to Spurs.
Spurs. I've gone 3-1.
You've gone 3-1
I've gone 3-1 to Spurs.
to Spurs. Yeah, I was going to say, you're not.
I was going to go on my heart. I was going to go like 3-2 Leicester or something, but I want to beat you this year in the predictions. So.
I've gone 3-0.
No, look at a goal. It's at King Power.
Spurs.
They'll get a goal.
I'm not sure that they will, but you keep hoping there.
Yeah.
Sometimes hope's all you've got.
Sometimes, yeah.
When you're a Leicester fan.
Or a Spurs fan.
Or a QPR fan. Okay, we're gonna do instead of doing our
individual.
We were going to look at our game week 1 teams, but they're not finalised yet.
No.
You have created
A second place chasers team.
Yes, for a combined. We will choose together.
Yeah, and then
Are we about to do that right now? We're about to choose it live, recorded, edited later.
we're either about to choose it live or have a really big argument live.
Well, I think we both agreed. What did we both agree
Johnson
on?
and Solanke.
Johnson and Solanke.
I think so. Yeah,
Is that our first 2 players we can put in?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Well,
Sure.
let me get into position. I might need to shift a bit.
Have you got a mouse that you can use on your chair?
No, the cat's hit it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do we get to design the kit too?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
We'll maybe do that later.
Yeah,
we don't have to do that.
No,
here.
we save that for next week.
Yeah, our guest can choose the kit.
Okay. Each week.
Maybe. All right, so we've got a blank
canvas.
Yeah. Blank team. So
I think
we've both agreed on Solanke and Johnson.
Yeah, they're definitely going in.
Okay, there goes Solanke. He's still down as a Bournemouth player.
Yeah, he should change pretty soon.
So we can choose 3 more Spurs players and have 4 Spurs players when the game kicks off.
Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Especially against Leicester.
Yeah, but then the first time you make a transfer, you have to take one of them out.
I know, but you got 4 for 1 week at least. If Spurs monstered them, it could work.
Okay, Solanke, Johnson.
Okay. I think we'll probably leave Spurs alone now.
For the rest of the year. Yeah. I think that's... Yeah, I think you're probably right. Unless you want Kulusevski, who's had good...
Yeah, he's been playing up front.
Yeah.
And I think Solanke's going to go straight in on the weekend.
I think he will.
Yeah. I suppose, do we want Haaland or Salah or both? Keep in mind, Haaland scored 2 in the openers.
Yes.
Both of his last seasons. And Salah is the all-time leading Premier League goal scorer for opening weekends.
Oh, now you've just...
Against Ipswich.
You've caused a dilemma there.
Yeah. I've got both in my personal team at the moment.
Right. I only have Haaland in my personal team.
It's a big dilemma, isn't it?
We've got to have one, don't we?
I think so.
Okay. Well, which do you prefer? I'm easy.
I don't know. Are we having Isak up front?
I believe so.
All right. Well, let's stick Isak and Salah in for now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And we can go back, and if we want to put Haaland in, we can maybe drop some smaller players in midfield or defence.
Isak in, and Mohamed Salah is in. There we go. We've got 4
right.
players in. 65 million left.
That's a start. Should we...
Keepers.
Yeah, they're always good to get out of the way.
Are we going 2 4.5s? Are we going a 4.5 and a 4, or a 5 and a 4?
I like the rotation of having 2 4.5s.
Right.
Or,
yeah, I'm happy with that.
Or else I'd be going Pickford and Virginia, maybe. I wouldn't go 5.5. But I think 4.5 would probably, as a combined team, give us the best movement.
Yeah, okay. So are we thinking... Well, what I have in my team at the moment is Flecken and Henderson.
That would probably be what I was thinking. I don't like West Ham's opening, so not Areola.
No, if I was going to go West Ham... If I was going to go a 4.5 and a 4, I'd go Areola and Fabianski.
The problem is that they've got Foderingham now as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd go... I wouldn't be looking at Neto. So, I'd say Flecken and Henderson. And Johnston wants to leave Palace now,
yes.
so Henderson's got that spot out.
Pretty
right.
much, yeah.
56 mil left.
Done.
All right. Some defenders.
Yeah, will we start with the cheapies? Or will we put in the...
Yeah. Let's go premium.
Are you going to have any Arsenal defence?
No, I've got no one above 4.5 in my team.
Really?
For defenders.
I've got Guardiola, Gabriel, and
Trent. Far out. No, I see the way I look at it is City leak early. Arsenal don't have the greatest run, and Trent, we don't know how he's going to play under Slot. So I thought for at least the first 3 or 4 game weeks, I'm going to have a cheap defence because there's usually a lot of goals in the opening games. And then I've got a rotation sheet, so I just have 5 that can rotate with each other. So I've always got at least 2 with an easy fixture and 1 with an alright fixture.
Okay, all right then. Are we?
I
You looking for?
I'd be looking at Arsenal, Gabriel or Saliba, I guess.
Yeah.
You choose. I don't think there's much between them.
No, I don't think there is. Saliba gets more bonus points.
Go.
Gabriel's
got
slightly more chance of scoring goals.
He had 3 double-figure hauls last season to Saliba's 1.
Gabriel then.
Go Gabriel.
Gabriel, that's him.
Yeah.
You got any Palace defence?
I like Mitchell.
Mitchell at 5.
Is he 5?
Yep.
I've got him in my team. I didn't realise that. I thought he was 4.5.
No, he's a 5.
Might be able to salvage some more funds there.
You could go Anderson.
No, I like
4.5.
No, I think Mitchell's probably the way to go. Mitchell or Munoz.
Yeah.
Either of those. I like. Personal preference, I guess.
We'll go Mitchell for now.
Yeah.
He's in there.
We can always change this if we need the funds. I think maybe Everton defence. They did keep a lot of clean sheets.
Mikalenko. Probably the most chance of attacking returns too.
Yeah. And he's also half a mil cheaper. So do we want another premium or?
I don't know. Do you want to move to midfield again?
Yeah. All right. And then we'll work it out.
So at the moment we've got Mo and Johnson. Now, what do you want? Do you want a Saka?
Palmer.
Or do you want a Palmer? Or do you want... I think you can... Well, you can't cover Palmer, but I think...
Nkunku
at 6.5. If he stays fit.
Yeah.
If Maresca's not an idiot, he should return big points this season.
I think so. He looks like the real deal. Like out of that Chelsea squad, because most of them look shite. I've got no Chelsea players in my team. I've got no Palmer, no Saka either.
Right.
Because it's impossible to do with Haaland and Salah. But yeah, I wouldn't be against having Nkunku in, and Nkunku and Saka. Then,
yes.
Yeah.
Because Saka is nailed.
Yeah.
He's on penalties.
The only reason I'm dubious about Palmer, Saka, Watkins is because they've had no pre-season.
Yeah.
Apart from they had a Euros, obviously.
Yeah. I don't think that matters with Saka. Saka looked good in the Euros.
He did, yeah.
He had a good Euros. Starting to look better than my team. Okay, we've got 24 left for 4 players.
Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, we'll not spend too much in the
defence. Yeah. So I think we need a cheap midfielder and a cheap midfielder and an average striker, like a 6.
Yeah, you could. I know. I'm not sure when Mateta will come back.
I wouldn't start with Mateta.
But he's like
once he's in,
first.
Him.
It might be after the international break.
Yeah. That's the good thing. Is if Solanke doesn't kick off at Spurs, you just do a straight swap to Mateta.
Yeah, the same price, isn't he? 7.5. All right, let's finish off the defence.
Okay. Well, we need a 4 million defender, I reckon.
Johnson, Ipswich.
I've got him in my team because he's probably going to be the most attacking for that price.
So. I think he's in my team as well.
So do we want another 4.5 or another premium?
Oh, what we got left?
20 mil.
Which is like 6.5 for each one. That's crazy.
Okay,
we could go another premium-ish.
Yeah. Who are we going to play? Gabriel.
Well, at the moment, we have 0 City players.
It looks balanced though, doesn't it? So we could get Gavardio.
We could do.
So go Gavardio.
Yeah, okay. He's in.
And 14 million.
14 left.
7 each. So why don't we pick a striker, and then whatever we've got left we can use on midfielder, get the best one we can.
Okay, do we want to go... Well, we could go...
Or we could get Watkins up front for 9 and then a 5 million midfielder.
We can do that. So what we're looking at is either Watkins and a 5 million midfielder or Muniz. How much is Muniz? He's
Muniz
6.
is 6. Chris Wood's 6.
6 and an 8 midfielder, which would allow you Salah and Jota in midfield.
Oh yeah, that's a thought, isn't it? I didn't think a double Liverpool attack.
Well, I'm just
Darwin. We could get Darwin.
No, for the first season in a long time, I haven't mentioned him. I haven't mentioned him once.
He doesn't deserve to be
mentioned.
I don't know
why.
Yeah. What about Gakpo? We could get Gakpo. No.
Yeah.
Jota looks good. Is Jota in as a striker or as a
No, he's midfielder.
midfielder?
He's one of their best finishers, though.
He is.
When he's on.
fit, that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's a dilemma now.
yeah. So how much is Watkins?
Watkins is 9. So that'd
you'd have
leave us
9.
5.
And then a 5. Who
So
would
you'd be looking at Rogers or Bob or not sure who else at 5. Some good 5.5s.
Well, if you went Rodgers, that's double.
Yeah, you don't
Villa.
I wouldn't want Aston Villa twice. No. So maybe go a more expensive midfielder and a 6 forward.
Yeah, who
Muniz?
would be Muniz, who
Forward.
is... I think he's 6, isn't he? Yeah, 6.
I like Fulham's run, actually. So.
That's not bad. Muniz. And then we've got 8, which we don't have to spend, and we can have 0.5 in the bank just in case anyone drops.
Yeah. So take a look at the midfielders. Just make a decision on who looks good. We've got Gordon. Could be an option.
I wouldn't mind Jota there.
All right. Yeah.
The double up on the first game week.
All right. Do it then.
All right, we're doing it.
It's something different. It's a bit of a differential. We haven't really got many differentials in there. All right. And then, do we want to do anything different with that back row? Or?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering about Newcastle defence in the back row. It's pretty strong, isn't it?
It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah. Who do you put on the bench, though? That's the problem. Mitchell or Mikolenko?
Yeah. Home to Brighton or away to Brentford.
I reckon Mikolenko on the bench. Even though it's a home fixture, I think Mitchell's got more chance of getting a return.
And Jota.
For Jota. And then
Muniz for
Solanke. Muniz first sub. All right.
Captain.
I'd say Salah. Would be the smart move.
Would be.
Isak voice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We've made a team.
We haven't killed each other either.
That's not a bad team.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I might start with that.
I think it's quite a good team. Okay, so Henderson in goal, Gabriel, Gvardiol, Mitchell, Jota, Saka, Johnson, and Kunku, Salah, and up front Solanke and Isak.
Yeah, that could bring in some points.
On the bench, Muniz first sub, Mikolenko second, Johnson third, and Fleck and goalkeeper.
I'm happy with that.
Salah captain.
Yeah,
that's for it.
Yeah, and then obviously
that's how easy it is.
Yeah, and we'll keep changing this team throughout the season.
Yeah, and if we have guests,
they get to change.
They get a transfer.
Yeah. So we flip a coin for who goes next week, and then.
Oh, I think when we don't have a guest, we can talk it out.
Okay.
And decide.
Yeah. That's good. That actually saves us talking about our personal team each week. You know, saying like
that might not be going as well as this one. If our personal teams are going bare, we'll talk about them.
Yeah. All right. So we'll talk it out. Or give it to the guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's. I mean, we do overthink. We overthink transfers and particularly game week 1 teams and.
Yeah.
When it's pretty simple, really, as in the players who did well last season are very likely to do well this season if they're playing in the same team, in the same position, and they haven't had any
injuries
or players bought who could replace their
or
position.
A manager upset.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
like we don't know how Klopp leaving is going to affect Liverpool. I don't think it will too bad, but I don't think maybe some players won't have the same drive. Or maybe he won't be able to get the same out of players.
Well, maybe other players will be going, well...
This is my chance.
Maybe they just, like them better.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. Well, Salah liked him enough to shave his head in.
I think he was trying to reinvent himself after the end of last season. He's gone, I need something different.
No hair.
Yeah, so the players who do it and have done it are likely the ones who will still be the best choices this season.
Yeah.
You will, of course, get the odd player, and I do mean the odd player who comes through like Palmer.
Yeah, which this year I think could be Smith Rowe.
It could be Smith Rowe. It could be Minte.
Rogers.
It could be Rogers. It could be Bob.
Yeah.
There's a few it could be, but to pick them right off the bat...
It's tricky.
You can't... Yeah. to choose which one it's going to be.
Yeah.
You'd have to be lucky to do that.
Yeah,
But
that's how you win it though.
Keep
Is
an
getting
eye
on them
keep an
early.
eye on them,
Yeah,
and keep watching matches and look and see how they're doing in the matches.
yeah.
And then
Not just full mini matches.
no,
Mini matches are really
probably
important.
good enough to
Yeah.
you get a real sense of the game rather than the highlights. Sometimes highlights you can go, oh, that team was really unlucky. And you see the mini match, you go, well, they weren't.
They played all right.
It's completely the wrong way.
Yeah.
Was that the bell tolling? Or was that just someone dropping
a
something?
pole.
That was us. Was that us dropping?
Dropping the bar.
Yeah, we dropping a clanger with that team we just picked.
I don't know. I think that's an all right team. It's like last season's what, like Gordon. You got on him early.
Yeah,
You know, he was one to have, and Mateta as well.
yes,
You have to pay attention.
absolutely. When Mateta comes back in,
So yeah, someone's leaving my team. It could be Haaland even leaves my team for Mateta. Then someone leaves in the midfield. Saka or Palmer comes in.
yeah,
Well, that's the plan I'm working with.
and an early wild card is not the end of your season, particularly this season when whatever transfers you have going into that wild card, you keep them.
Yeah.
After the wild card, so
Yeah. I was planning to try and get to game week 5, making minimal transfers.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 weeks, I don't plan on changing anything.
No, well,
got an international break.
Unless you've gone and picked a team of differentials who may not play, which you have had a habit of doing before.
Yeah.
Previously, in previous seasons.
Yeah, but I think trying to get through the first few game weeks of not knee-jerk reacting, that's my plan this year because I didn't last year.
Yeah.
And I think I wildcarded in game week 3 and made it worse. So don't do that.
No.
Yeah, that's how I ended up with Antonio for 6 weeks.
No one wants Antonio for 6 weeks, not even West Ham.
No, that's why they bought Fulkrug, who's someone who's worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get full games.
Not to begin with.
No.
But he's a
keep
striker.
an eye on him. Yeah, keep an eye on when they have a good fixture run and if he's in getting
a few
starts.
goals. I mean, you've got
He's 31, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on a bit. But I mean, he's
But you
a
got
late developer.
Kudus, Bowen, Somerville,
I do like
Paquetá,
Kudus.
all putting balls into
Yeah.
him. He's not your German striker like Werner, who's speed, and he's just an up front. Tap him
Paquetá was
in.
great for them to keep and be able to still play.
Wow. Has that finished
I've
yet?
got
Or
no
I think
idea.
that's still
I
going.
don't know. He is still playing.
I think they
And still playing well he played well in the preseason games.
The FA were calling for a 10-year ban, and West Ham taking counter legal action, so it slows it all up.
So there's a bit like Leicester suing both the Premier League and the Championship.
Yeah, and City doing it. Yeah.
I say throw them out. I think they should be, instead of a points deduction, they should have Wayne Rooney as manager for 2 months.
Oh, that's as good as a points
The
deduction.
2 month Wayne Rooney handicap.
I wish they did bring that in. That would be brilliant.
Maybe to do that sort of thing, or
Yeah.
let a fan manage them for a month.
Yeah, I reckon I could manage
Not
it
a
better
fan of
than-
their team, a fan of the team.
So we get a Nottingham Forest fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arsenal would get a Spurs supporter. Yeah. So you got any hot takes for this season?
Hot takes for this season. I believe I am going to retain the hand,
I meant for the actual
win the
Premier
arse,
League.
and win the FPL Challenge League as well.
Who's getting the bogey then?
Oh, the cap. Yeah. That went overseas last time, although it didn't because it was too heavy to take in my luggage.
I probably couldn't come back because it's wood.
Well, I'm gonna send one over.
A piece of firewood.
No.
Some kindling.
I'm gonna order a trophy online and send it over there.
Or order one over there. Then you won't have to pay for postage from here. Like just order one. Was it in Ireland?
Amazon will do it.
Yeah. There you go.
Got that sorted. But I should engrave it.
Order a Dremel and send that too.
Can't do. But they haven't signed up yet this season, so maybe.
You mean you haven't signed up a million? See, I made a whole new league for all my teams. You put all yours in one, in the main
There's
one.
an extra Batalla this season too.
Oh, I noticed that.
There's a Ricky Batalla.
Yeah. Yeah, but we know they're not going to win anything.
Yeah, but they might come ahead of Longy.
Yeah.
Because he'll be all over Chelsea, and if Chelsea have the season that you think they're having,
Yeah.
he's not going to be doing very well, is he?
They might get cancer again. That's what happens when Chelsea do bad. Lockie gets cancer.
Didn't...
That was during the Potter period last time.
that could have been what did it.
Yeah.
And then he sent death threats to Potter's family and everything.
Yeah. We ain't seen him since, have we?
No, when's he going to come out of the woodwork?
He's had teams asking him to manage him, and he just says, I'm not ready.
Plymouth Argyle before Christmas.
That's due for another mental breakdown, isn't it? What about Ten Hag this year? That's what I'm wondering.
I think he'll be steady.
I think he's going to get sacked and Van Nistelrooy goes in.
Right, okay. Is that before Christmas?
Is it round Christmas?
How many managers do you think will get the sack before Christmas? Last season it wasn't too bad, was it?
Last season was low compared to the season before.
Was like 8.
Southampton did 2. I mean, someone else did 2 as well, didn't they? Leeds. They did 2. Yeah, I don't know. I think Eddie Howe will get the sack this year, but I don't know.
I think Nuno's going before Christmas.
I don't know. I think he's pretty steady.
No, Nuno's going before Christmas.
And Wolves, do you reckon Gary O'Neill gets the sack on his new contract? No, me neither. I think he's a good manager. But I think Eddie Howe gets sacked. I don't think Newcastle will be playing... Like, all the potential's there, but I think it'll be like last season. Struggling at the beginning. And then Eddie Howe gets the sack and someone else comes in.
Oh, well, we got through the first one. Probably quite long.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Keith.